As long-time followers of this channel know, I've been documenting the excesses of social justice, which has now morphed into the woke movement, for about 5 years now. One of the many targets that this movement seeks to undermine is the notion of merit. They often do this by claiming that merit is a fallacy. It's really just the result of white privilege. However, that position is more difficult to sustain in the realm of education because it's not white students that are at the top of the merit tables. It's Asian students. And as the admissions scandal at Harvard has demonstrated, Asian students are now being actively discriminated against in the name of diversity because they perform too well academically. What a terrible crime. And so to the latest effort to undermine the concept of merit, this time at the #1 ranked high school in the United States, Thomas Jefferson High School. This article appeared in Quillette and was co-authored by two parents who have children at the school. Recently, they got together with 200 other concerned students and their parents to push back against proposed changes to admissions policies. What exactly is the problem? Well, as usual, activists have infiltrated the school board and convinced state officials, politicians, and even the principal of the school to undermine the selective admissions process. Apparently, quote, their language consistently channels fashionable academic doctrines such as critical race theory, popularly known as CRT, which presuppose that all of society's institutions are embedded with implicit forms of white supremacy. The result is a proposal to replace the existing race-blind, merit-based TJ admissions system of standardized tests, grade rankings, essays, and teacher recommendations with a process based on random selection from among applicants who have a core class GPA of 3.5 or greater and are currently enrolled in algebra. Fairfax County Public School Superintendent Scott Brabrand has branded this proposed new system a merit lottery. So they haven't done away with merit altogether, but it will have the following dramatic consequences for the makeup of the student body. You see, 20 years ago, 70% of the students were white. Today, 79% are from minority backgrounds, mostly immigrant Asian families. The percentage of white students has declined dramatically to 19%, whilst the percentage of black and Hispanic students has remained stable at around 2 and 3% respectively. Of course, the low representation of black and Hispanic students is alleged by activists to be due to racism. The proposed changes would reduce the share of Asian students to about 54% in the class of 2024 from the current 73%. Some highly numerate TJ parents disagree and think the new changes mean the Asian representation will fall to a third. Ironically, white students would be the plan's greatest beneficiaries, increasing from 18% to at least 45% of the student population, and the share of black and Hispanic students whom this policy is designed to help most would only increase marginally. And this is not just the opinion of the authors. Everyone, including the NAACP, has admitted that it will benefit white students most. Here's Azra Normani on the Quillette podcast.
This is one of the aspects of the story that I found kind of man bites dog. Am I right that the proposed new diversity plan for the school would actually increase the number of white students?
Absolutely, 100% true. Not even the NAACP, which ironically has thrown itself behind this new plan, denies that. Everybody acknowledges that white students will increase the most.
Due to time constraints running my own business, I probably won't have time to put out a video before the presidential election on my public channel, but I think it's worth asking the question. Do you think under a Biden presidency, the attack on meritocracy and Enlightenment values more generally will dissipate? Will the woke just put down their copies of white fragility, pack away their critical race theory, and restore monuments they've destroyed? It should also be said that Trump hasn't been able to stop the march of woke idiocy either. At least he's tried with his latest effort to combat race and sex stereotyping at the federal level, but he can't stop it at the state level. He can't prevent universities from teaching it or corporations indoctrinating their employees with it. Nor should he try to, in my opinion. It's up to ordinary people that believe in values like meritocracy, the rule of law, judging people on the content of their character and not the colour of their skin, to stand up to this totalitarian movement and push back. People like the 200 parents and students of Thomas Jefferson High School. Let's hope they can prevail and encourage more people to stand up against this madness. As usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you next time.